Public comment. Any public comment? Seeing number one, we have a
Is that
chance
on
to
budget comment? Or?
No. Public comment. Approval of the minutes. Everybody have a chance to review the minutes?
I have no corrections.
I have no corrections.
I'll make a motion that we accept minutes as written.
I second that.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Commissioner comments and committee reports.
I have nothing, just that I attended a Lancaster City Commission meeting. But nothing new to report.
I did have it was kind of a last minute project concern over the roof at the Effingham building. We applied for the grant. We had no objections and we got approved. So we're going to move forward on fixing the project.
That's great news.
Concern building at Effingham.
There was a grant.
Yes. Campbell Construction, I believe. Either Campbell or one of those two. I believe it was Campbell. I got the bid.
We've got a few minutes here. I have one purchase order that needs to be approved. This is for a boiler for the courthouse. The low bid was Hayes Metal and Cooling. It was approximately $58,000 more. They have the American Boiler and Mechanic bid. It's for $99,114. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the purchase order for $99,114.
That's so good, Mr. Chairman.
No second.
It's moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I assume you're ready to vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. It's acceptance. Should I accept it, I guess? Or should Joe accept it?
I would go yes.
Today is the 19th or
20th.
Here's fine by.
I'm going to go back to Mr. Jerry.
I'm gonna miss. Fine. Okay, we have a public hearing for the 2020 Atchison County budget. The hearing is now opened at 1:05 p.m. Any comments in regard to the budget?
On behalf of the extension, of course, you're funding on that level funded. There will be some concern as far as our budget as we go through the year. Didn't know if the commission had any discussion on purchases, especially on copy machines, and the extension was involved previously in that round of copy machines. When we have, just like the others, it's getting old, and the serviceman laughs out right before the fair and say, I can't get parts for it. So, didn't know budgeting. The commission is working on those improvements for the county. They're in extension as we, like a lot of departments, we have needs, and we'll probably be visiting.
You could probably tap that special fund that we set up 3 years ago.
Per capita outlay, yeah, we've got, extension would be, have that in there, we've got a
5,000.
10-year, we've got that continuing, so we've got a vehicle that needs.
You're saving that for that.
So at this point in time, you think the copy machines that previously went to different departments is going to come back to those departments on those purchases?
I don't know exactly, copying machine, what you're talking about. Was this something that presented in your budget?
No, it was outside the budget those years ago when extension, emergency preparedness, and different departments got copy machines that
Wes is in charge of that, you know, purchasing and stuff. What, did you say something to me?
Anything else? Anything else? Or do we answer your question?
No, why is it answer?
This is in regard to the budget? Okay, wait till after the, this budget thing. So everybody's going to be challenged with budgets going forward. We're in a tax lid, and we actually lowered the bill rate for the previous year.
No,
I'm sorry, we raised it slightly. It's
0.012.
It's 53.149. It's going to be this year 53.197. So the ad valorem tax will be 9,163,703, which will actually produce $1,995 less revenue. So we're working right on just lowering our revenue just a little bit on the ad valorem tax. Anything else? Anything else on the budget? Yeah, hearing none, the public hearing is closed. So the chair would entertain a motion to approve the 2020 budget for 9,165,701, $9,165,701 in ad valorem. Total budget being $18,146,592.
18 million.
What?
18 million.
18? Did I say
18,000.
Okay. 18,146,592. I was hoping I didn't say billion. So I would.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it, Mr. Chairman.
It's moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0.
Do we need to sign more than one copy?
Okay, well, do you want to take that with you, Jamie, or do you want?
I'll let Linda keep it for now. Just give me a copy.
Okay.
Or scan it to me. Thank you.
Yep.
Jamie, this is the correct one to sign,
Certificate, yes.
the certificate.
Or has signature.
Thank you, Jamie.
Is that a date?
I do have one more new business item. I have a purchase order to MEI for a maintenance contract for the courthouse elevator. It's an annual contract, renewable up to renewable each year for 3 years, in the amount of $1,560 a year. The chair would entertain a motion to approve.
That's incorrect, Mr. Chairman. This paper he gave us this morning was something.
What was the amount on that one?
17,6.
Right. What was the one on the?
On the PO,
1550.
1506.
Yeah, that is the incorrect one.
But
I believe that's the incorrect one. I think we should probably table it until next week.
Okay.
remember, there was a question this morning on that. He said that there was an extension of 2 months on that. It went from 9. It went longer, so there was an extra month or 2 months on this contract, and so there was it was 17 is the correct figure.
Okay.
Why don't we take?
The chair will entertain a motion to table it until
next week.
September 3rd, if he's on vacation.
Or if he can submit it by next week, because he's not going to go on vacation. So if he could submit the correct one, we could work on it next week.
So it's tabled until
Yes, let's table
it. Okay.
Are you going to get in touch with him? Or?
I will let him know.
Okay.
County Councilor update.
I don't have anything else.
Okay. Public comment. You got a comment?
Well, just in relation to the taxes and what you've done as far as mill levy and whatever.
Okay.
I guess when is enough?
Mill levy is 0.884 less than last year. Is that correct?
No, it's 0.012 more.
Okay. 0.012.
I just know mine went up like 20%, 17% for how many years in a row? When in the hell is it over with?
You talk about the value of the property.
Real estate tax.
Valuation, yes.
Yeah. We're gonna keep going in this direction, or, that's what I mean. Maybe we need to live within our budget, I guess that's what I'm saying. Instead of we keep raising it. I know there's some other people out here right by Westridge that feel the same way as I do.
Yeah, everybody needs to pay those taxes. We've tried our hardest to keep the mill levy within 1% higher, 1% lower for about 4 years.
Is it based on what your ground produces? As far as what
The value of your property is done by the state of Kansas.
That's right.
We don't have any control here. Now, if your value goes up and our mill levies stay the same, you'll pay the taxes difference based upon the evaluation. So each year, last year we had we raised about 192,000 more. Just
It was under 200,000.
and just a little around 300,000 more for 2020. So those are pretty small increases in the total budget. With an $18 million budget, 300,000 is less than 1% would be 180,000, about 1.5%. So.
Well, all I'm saying is, when you get your tax statement, you compare it to the year before and you figure it out, and it went up 17%, and it went up 20%. That's nothing small.
Yeah. And you have to, we're the tax collector for all the other entities. There's school districts, there's all of the different fire districts and everything too. So a lot of times, I know it happens at home. You open it up and the county wants X amount of dollars, but we are collecting for everyone. So you really have to read your tax statement to see where the raises are going. So, no, that's true.
Well, the thing is, I'm glad you're here because I think these are questions a lot of people want to raise.
Sure.
And the biggest challenge is the valuation of property. And I'm not sure what the mechanism for the state of Kansas to do it. It has to do with the production of the land over an average of 8 or 10 years. I don't know exactly the mechanism.
That's ag land value. It's figured different than what real estate
That's
property
right.
is.
And why some of my property that has timber on it is rated more than some of my crop ground. Doesn't make a damn bit of sense to me.
Is there an appeal process for the value of the property?
There is process. I know that there are, just a couple of years ago, there was a change in how they were looking at, one time there was a waste category, or they classified some ground as timber ground was a waste. Well, they took away the waste. There actually was no official category, so they classified it as grassland, and then, so that's what really went up on some of that marginal ground, and they took away that classification, or they recategorized it. Have you went through an appeals process?
No, I have some time back, I haven't waited,
Okay.
but I'm probably gonna be doing something.
There is some, there has been some of that looked at and changed a little bit, I believe, through the appeals process of how that's categorized. So
What school district are you in, Mike? 409 or 377?
409.
Because I have property in both, and like Commissioner Noel said, 2 years ago, 377 took a big hike, and I could see it on that one form that I have. But if you're all in 409, that rules that out.
Well, I must have some damn good ground, that's all I can tell you. Anyway,
Hey, thanks for coming in.
pardon me,
Thanks for coming in. Come in anytime.
thank you.
Okay. You're on.
I'm on. Budget.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I just had another meeting and I was
okay,
going to join
you're
Ray with budget of just talking, and it was a good meeting at lunch with Dream Team, and actually we're working with Benedictine College to look at some of the underpinnings of Atchison County and our health with related to families. But I would be probably, as you've done budget, just as an agent being here 30 years, the extension budget, some basic things like chairs or phone systems that really don't work. I mean, double top. I would be concerned extension in the future of that lack of investment in some of the infrastructure that affects the effectiveness of our job.
I haven't been out to your offices and see what they're like. So maybe I need to come out there.
They're old buildings that the floors are basically, there's a lot of moisture underneath of them, and so there's parts that probably aren't safe to walk in, those kinds of things. I mean, we rent a facility. Most extension offices across the state are in county provided spaces. So. But we keep on trying to do a good program for citizens locally.
Yeah, I think which work with you do a great job. Okay, anything else? The chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
also move.
A second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
119. You'd say. I'm going to adjourn.